Well. Hello. It's me, the supernatural duck, the really normal duck, Ducky Duck, and your host for today. This wonderful stream ahead, uh, where I rank every single game I've played this year on stream against the other games I've ever streamed, ever. Um, Put them in a tier list, sort of deal. And happy Duckmas. Happy Christmas days, December 25th, 2024. Also, happy holidays. Um, Brought to you by my face. Face is here. I know. It's alright. It's okay. The stream will still be fine. Background music is going to be Polybridge, so there's going to be a crane noise every once in a while, but, you know, I just thought I would add something. Um, so we'll see about that. But I'm here. Hi. We've got a couple of games to go through. Got to readjust the list a little bit. And we'll get to that in a second. I'm going to do a lot of not looking directly at the camera because I got a lot of stuff over here. That's fine. But hey, I didn't mess anything up. How's it going? I think it's like the second or third time I've used the face cam this year. Despite me saying I was going to a whole bunch of times. Whoops. Hi, Cannibal. Happy Duckmas. Hello. It is Duckmas Day. Happy holidays. Happy Christmas. So I've meticulously reconstructed, because I didn't save it. Whoops. The tier list from last year. With all the things in the exact order. Tier. Oh my goodness. Hello. Crippy. Happy Duckmas. Duckmas Day 25. I'm here. I hope the music's low enough. It's very loud to me. But, like, you know, I just thought I didn't want it to be so quiet like last year. I haven't rewatched that VOD. I was going to see my opinions on things. I might contradict things I've already said. Whoops. That's just going to happen. It's just going to be how it goes. It's been a year. I don't know what to tell you. High quality, happy Duckmas. Dark Souls 2 is too low. Maybe when I replay it'll be higher, but, like, at least it's the top of bad. It's like, you know, I don't know if I was gonna readjust some of these. Like, for example, hey, my cursor can be seen. It's so big. The list? Is the list too much? Like, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 are not next to each other, and I was like, what was I doing? So I don't know if it was just that was the order I reviewed them, or if I just put them in like from best to worst list. So I'm not going to readjust them unless my opinions change. But yeah, it is taking up a lot of the screen. I mean, what else is there to see? It's very kind of small on my end. It seems like they changed the site, or I did something wrong. The icons do seem a bit smaller, but it is what it is. A lot of them, the logos, you can't even read all of it. I messed up a little bit on the icons. It's okay though. Well, you know, we'll survive. I'd read out all the games, but it would take forever. So yeah, man, I feel like I have been like words. A whole bunch. So, like I said, gonna be kind of a short stream, I'd imagine. I didn't play many games, and there's a lot of replays this year, so there's probably not too much to talk about. Maybe minor spoilers. If I talk about spoilers, I'll say something. I probably won't. I would assume just to watch everything on the VOD channel. Just watch an entire year worth of streams, you know? There's at least 31 of them. I think. But yeah. That's the plan. That's the game plan. Happy Duckmas, everybody. Happy Christmas. Happy holidays. And I think we're just gonna get right into it. I think that's the play. So I don't know why the order is the way it is. I don't remember my plan at the beginning of the year. But we gotta talk about Dead by Daylight, which I played this year. A few times, you could say. It's the most played thing on the VOD channel by a large margin. By a lot. Which also means it's the number one thing I've streamed. I think it was the highest streamed category, or the most popular category I did this year, which makes sense. And I have it on the higher end of great. So, like, I still enjoy the game, but I gotta move that down. Dead by Daylight's had a rough year with events and stuff, and it's gonna be really hard for me to, like, part my thoughts from, like, what I streamed and enjoyed of it, and what has been going on with that company, and playing Survivor, which I usually don't stream. Spacing those two things out is very difficult. I still enjoy the game. But man, it's not perfect. So I gotta move it down. I'm still gonna play it. Is there still gonna be streams of it? Absolutely. When the rest of the event comes out, there's probably gonna be another stream this year. Whoops. But I gotta move it down. It's gotta happen. It's gotta... we're gonna have to move it to, like... high okay. I think that's fair. I just can't leave it up with great. And I think that's reasonable. There's been some good moments for DBD this year, and some rough moments. I think okay feels more fair to DBD, because when I started playing that game again, like a year... Hang on a moment. Did I mess something up? Hanging on. Going for waiting. I guess I can talk and then wait until the message, right? I think it was just... I just got back into playing it at, like, a good moment. Trying to find a game on a list. I can scroll down a little bit. It does not all get seen at one time. You're so sorry? No, you're all good. Is there no chat on stream on purpose? Fuck. Oh, man. Oh, fuck. I didn't have chat on stream? Ooh, that really annoys me. VOD watchers, there was a lot of Duckmas's. Hannibal Crippy. Already talking about Dark Souls 2. Happy Duckmas. Crippy, of course, mentioned Duckmas Day 25. I'm going to need to change this. Fuck. Alright. We're making it smaller. Chat's going here. This is how it's going to be. What a mess. This is just how it's Are we okay with this? I'm so upset. I can't believe that I forgot the chat was on a different layer. Whoops. Little duck reflection. There's some of a little duck. Alright. Wait, is that not... Okay, but we have to make this a little bit smaller. You can't see, like, the top of the list. So you didn't notice sooner? It is entirely on me. I should have been... Oh, I'm on the ball with that. That's my bad. Thank you for telling me. High quality streaming? Absolutely not. I would never. No bug game on the list already? No bug game? What do you mean? Hollow Knight? It's at the top. It's at the tippy top. Can my mouse still be seen? On the stream? There's my mouse. Yeah, it's right here. It's right here. It's the second highest game on the list. Alright. Alright, we're good. We're good. Fixed it. Well planned. I gotta... You know, and I have an overlay. I have an overlay I think I used once. I didn't even know if I've used the current version of it. Probably should have used that. It's fine. We're doing it like this. This is how the stream's going. Okay. What was I saying? Okay. So DBD, right. I think I joined it at a great time. I think I had a lot of fun with friends, and I think the events were good, and I think there was a lot of reasons to think very positively, and I think my opinions have been more refined, which unfortunately does mean I have to move it down. I don't know where I moved it. There it is. We moved it to okay. It's so embarrassing? Nah, it's alright. I forgot chat. That's embarrassing. I hacked it up. So, yeah. Dead by Daylight. Let's move down. Man, having Polybridge music, I'm sure it's very low for the stream. I'll turn it up a little bit. Having it in my ears, it's very relaxing. It's very nice. I know I'm still hearing a crane though, but for some reason it's very easy to ignore. All right, so should I be in the other corner? I keep looking to this side. What if I looked over here? Does this make sense? What if we move chat off of my face? Ooh, what if we move just chat like right here? I think that makes sense. Okay, so I'll figure it out for next year. He won't. He won't at all. I'm not going to do that. So, next is Batman Arkham Origins, including the Cold Cold Heart DLC, which I didn't finish this game. I never went back and did the Riddler stuff, which I said I wanted to. And I still want to. I want to finish the franchise. I mean, I've played the other three, but this is the first time I've played this game. Is it on stream? It is. Okay. Yeah. It's very different than the other Batmans. It's made by a different company. Different voice actors. I remember very vividly playing this game. It's got some moments that are really cool. It's got a lot of characters, which, you know, it's nice seeing a game that's like, here's a lot of like here's a lot of characters, you know, comic book stuff. There's a lot of characters. It's a shame when in a lot of their adaptations you don't get to see many of them, where they're just like, and Superman's here and he fights this one guy and nobody else is around. That's always lame. Arkham Origins is like, here's like characters you probably don't know at all. And it's cool. Do they do any of those characters justice? Absolutely not. They talk up Deathstroke for like a good chunk of the beginning of the game. This is spoilers, by the way. This is spoiler territory. There's a huge thing, and it doesn't go anywhere. And then there's a whole bunch of there's a whole lot of reasons why this game, especially where they go with the franchise, is like they just ignore things that happen. It's kind of underwhelming. The things that occur. The DLC is terrible. It's balanced terribly. That boss fight made me want to live in an ice cube. Just freeze me and, like, dump me in the Arctic. But there were some good moments. So I think, honestly, I've got to put it... I'm going to put it here. It's going to be a high bad. An ice cube? Right in an ice cube. The best I can do is a high bad for this game. I wanted to enjoy it more. Maybe the Riddler mission was so good that it would change my mind, but it just like... high bad. It just was not... There was just too many bad parts about it. I want to replay it, which is weird. It's been a year. But I don't know. I think I would have liked it a little bit more if I didn't play that DLC, to be honest. The DLC was bad. but I don't think it wouldn't. I don't think it would have been enough to make the game. I think it would have been a low okay without the DLC. But like, you gotta complete as much of the game as you can. If there's story content, you gotta do the story content. Those are the rules. All right, that's Batman. Now, man, this year was a fucking rough start with games. Okay. So next, them's the rules, them's the rules. Next is a game I didn't give a fair shot before, which is Plague Tale Innocence, which I had started playing this game a long time ago. I think I did one stream of it, and I got maybe an hour or two into it. I didn't really get into the meat of the game. But I played it again. And like, that game fucking is terrible. It starts really good. Can't believe the year started with this game. This year was rough. This year was rough. Plague Tale was bad. It starts amazing. It's a very pretty game. But then, like, you get into, like, the story instead of just the events occurring. You get into, like, why what's happening is happening and all of those sorts of things. And it's just insanity. It started so strong. This year started so strong. Did it? Because I know the next, like, 3 games... Like, at least 2 of them, I don't know. Plague Tale was... This game? Plague Tale? Was a strong start? What are we saying? What? Plague Tale was bad. I did not... This game gave me hope and dashed it. And in that darkness, I was consumed by rats. The game goes to crazy places. The ending is, like, insane where they went. I can't believe there's a sequel. I want to play it because I want to know what the fuck they're going with it. But Plague Tale, it's got to be in bad. Oh, the game started so strong, not the year. Right, I thought you were saying the year started strong. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. It started so strong. It was so interesting. Play the first half of the game, and when it starts to get bad, just tap out. Just do that. Where are we putting this? I don't know why Rocket League is so low. That's strange to me. I'll have to stream Rocket League again for new opinions. I'm putting it just above Resident Evil 4, because fuck Resident Evil 4. So, yeah. The beginning is so good that and the rats in the game, really interesting mechanic. So I'm not putting it too low, but that's as high as I can go for this. I'm gonna pick up the pace. Well, no, I was still setting things up. I was gonna be like, am I taking like 10 minutes a game? Pick up the pace a little bit. Heculion. Resident Evil, I think it's like listed as Resident Evil 2004? Is that when it came out? I think that's what it's called now, because new Resident Evil 4, it needs to be called Resident Evil 4 and not Remaster. But, oh well. So, then, I could talk about these 2 back-to-back. And then I got back, speaking of Resident Evil, I got back into Resident Evil. And I played Resident Evil, I'm just gonna put this here for now. I need like a space for me to just set it, so it's like sitting somewhere else. I played Resident Evil Revelations. Now this game is the PC version of the game, which is the HD version of what initially was a DS game. I don't know what kind of DS. These happened this year too. That's crazy. It's crazy. This game, I wrote a whole script and everything. I wanted to make a video about this game. I still might. Going back to it is just so much work. This game is unhinged. It's so fucking bad. Every character is so unlikable. It's like the plot is like teetering, if not over the line of incoherent with the events that occur. There are just characters that are just like so much screen time and gameplay is dedicated to characters that will never be heard from again in this franchise for some fucking reason. Resident Evil staple, really. But like spoilers, I guess. I don't know. I didn't say which characters. And it's Resident Evil. Nobody starts at Revelations. That'd be wild. It's a fun survival horror game. Gameplay wise, mostly it's okay. The plot and everything else about it is fucking abysmal. It is so unbelievably bad. And it's like a weird chapter system, but like the chapter system makes it way worse. And they're not optional. Like you can't, I don't know if you can still get the game version of the game that has separate chapters. Some weird interactions. There are entire characters in that game that are like just there to be weird. Just no good sentence from them. Hi HP, how's it going? Happy Duckmas. Merry Christmas. Damn, I keep Happy and Merry. Those two hecking me up. But like, it's just, I don't like it. I'm gonna put it. Oh, you know what? I was gonna put it in bad. I've got to put it. I'll give it the high. No. I'm gonna put it amongst the worst games I've ever played. I enjoyed parts of it. I can't forgive the plot things and certain characters. I have to. It's got to go there. Resident Evil Gaiden for the Game Boy Color would be S tier. One day. One day it'll make the list, surely. Like, the list is pretty prominent. I played a lot of games. My plan next year is play a lot of stuff. I know, I say this all the time. But I want to play a lot of smaller stuff. Revisit a lot of games. But do a lot of smaller games because I just want to play more games. I played less games this year than last year by a significant margin. And I want to change that. Can we expect legal ways to play older games? I wouldn't say expect it, but don't be surprised. There should be at least one Resident Evil game next year. That's not a replay. That's the best I can say. I said there might be legal ways of playing certain older games this year. With... What's that game called? It's that horror game with the camera. I want to say it has Mirror in the name. I don't think that's right. Fatal Frame. I didn't forget about Fatal Frame. But I did not... I didn't do the things I was going to do. Whoops. I didn't even finish the Dead Space games, but we'll get to that. So yeah, Resident Evil Revelations. It's a bad one. It's no good. I wish they'd use that exact gameplay. I wish old Resident Evil survival horror was more, if they could just take that like one for one and just put a good story on it, I'd be okay. One RE game next year, it's got to be Resident Evil 1 DS remake. I don't know about that. I don't know. I wouldn't bet on that. You know, I could move the background down. Where you going, dude? Okay. I'm gonna have to fix so many things after this stream. So many things are a mess. Whoops. Okay. So. That's it for Resident Evil. But then I played Resident Evil Revelations 2. Okay? Which is truly an episodic game. You do have to get the chapters individually. And I played its DLC. I think it's 3 chapters. Is it 5 chapters? I think it's 3 chapters and 2 DLC chapters. Now this is where... Okay, so that game started... Did it start strong? I don't know. Naz rating with a party of 6.
Welcome to my humble abode.
Hello. Peak? How's it going, Naz? Happy Duckmas, happy Christmas, happy holidays, happy return to streaming. Well, not really. Return to Twitch. How's it going? How was stream? I hope it was well. Hope it was eventful. We're ranking games. I haven't said anything contradictory yet, so don't worry, you didn't miss anything. Hi Wolfen, how's it going? Also, there's a face. It's my face. How's it going? We're currently talking about the fantastic franchise Resident Evil, of which we're talking about Resident Evil Revelations 2. And we're ranking all the games that I've played this year. What have I rated so far? I've re-rated Dead by Daylight. I moved it down. I went from great to okay. I've rated Plague Tale Innocence, which I put right here. Put right here. Put it in bad because it was strong start. Rest of it bad. All good. It's a pleasure to meet you. What have I rated so far? Batman game. Yeah, I hope you're having I don't know if I said this. Happy Duckmas Wolfen. Happy Christmas. Happy holidays. Hope you're having a good end of year. Was that it? And then Resident Evil Revelations. I think that was it. Yeah, so we put Batman game at high bad and Resident Evil Revelations 1 at amongst the worst. I know. Started really bad this year. It was a really rough year. With games. But Revelations 2. Where is it? This one. We're just going to put this here. This is not indicative of where it's going. You believe RE6 is among the worst? You actually love that game? I played that game with Naz. There's some okay co-op moments in it. That game is almost unplayable. I hated that game. I hated it. If it wasn't like the final Resident Evil game, it wasn't. But like if it wasn't so far in the franchise and I wasn't doing it, well, I would have done it solo. But it was helped by the fact that I was doing it co-op. Shout out Naz. Resident Evil 6 worst game you've ever played. It's so fucking bad. It's so bad. Story, bad. Gameplay, bad. Gets worse, which is crazy. A multiplayer, single-player story is how it's done, the worst. Resident Evil 6 is one of the worst games you play with Naz. I said it was improved by playing with Naz. Just like Resident Evil 5 co-op was one of the best one of the higher game experiences I've had, and that was improved with playing with Naz. I like playing with you. I literally played The Forest with you recently. One of the funniest games you've ever played. Funniest? I feel like it could be funny if you played it, if you had a certain experience, but we did not have the good fun experience. We had the bad what are we doing experience. It was the first RE game you've ever played? Oof. Okay, so you didn't... Okay. So that was where the bar was set. No, I see. I played them in order. The bar was set high. It was a long way down. But Revelations 2. I don't remember a lot of it being very good. I remember a lot of it being kind of... eh. I remember laughing hysterically at parts with how goofy and insane parts of it were. Um, I don't know. I think it was okay. I feel like it wasn't perfect. It was better than Revelations. I think they do some insane things with the story. Like, which RE is this one? Resident Evil Revelations 2 is the one where you play as Claire and you play as Moira Burton, I think. It's her name. And then you play some other characters. Was that the one with the child? It was the one. Well, yes. Yes. It is the one with the child. But it's not like RE2, which also has a kid. It's crazy how RE5 and 6 had such a polar opposite reactions to them. I know, they're so crazy. Went from peak to shit. Or is it Lore Master? You started with. I'm critical of the series because I enjoyed parts of it. Which game was the monster part where the little girl threw a brick at the demon or something? That one, the monster? Right in the hallway, she threw bricks. That was hilarious. I'm gonna be. You know what? How generous am I? I'm gonna put it at the top of okay. I won't call that game great. The ending was horrendous to ruin the game. See, but like, the ending's bad. The ending is bad. The DLC is bad. Probably don't play that. It's not worth playing. Waste of time, really. Probably waste of money. I don't know, but they usually sell those pretty cheap. Like, all of it. Like, cents. Just, because really it should be bundled all together. But I remember laughing at how goofy the ending was. I'll give it a high okay. Am I that? We'll move it down a little bit. We'll move it down one. Is this the first Ori? Surprised I put that. High okay makes sense. Resident Evil 5? Why is that high okay? Was that just rating I guess the story didn't? I don't know. I don't know why I didn't put that higher. That doesn't make sense to me. We get more Ban soon? Maybe. I enjoyed it, so I don't know why we might not. It's so low. Resident Evil 5? I feel like that should be higher, right? Would it be fair to retroactively move that up? The story's terrible. You're hearing Polybridge hydraulics? You are. I have Polybridge open in the background with some background noise. But it does have a crane in the opening. I was just trying to find something with some noise. I could probably... Did this mess up the stream? Okay, let me do this something really quick. I don't remember the soundtrack for Let me boot up Islands and Trains. Let me install it. I'm sure this will go fine. Let me do this real quick. So prepared streamer today. He just really knows what he was doing. Alright. Do that. Can like not hear the background music? Ears are so busted. I have it very low. There we go. Okay, so now we have... Well, that's a lot louder. Let's turn that down a little bit. And now we have the audio of Islands and Trains. Good demo. Everyone should download it. Check it out. It was actually a really fun game. I'm excited for release, so the map's bigger. Did I move Resident Evil Revelations 2? I did. Okay. Oh, Ori being... Oh, well, it was the first one. There were some rough parts in the first one. I had some rough times in some of the bosses. What do I think about Demon's Souls? Haven't played it. Going to get around to playing it. Need to get back to the Souls franchise. Nice cover. Okay, so I'm moving Resident Evil 5 up. I don't know why it's so low. We'll move it to there. It's a low grade. Am I changing history? Maybe. Did past me have a good thought process for things? Maybe past me had a great reason for doing what he's doing, but current me doesn't know that shit, so I'm doing what I'm doing. Sister location give you tinnitus? Oof. The poor ears. Well, hopefully this music is not causing any ear-related problems for anyone. Okay. Alright. Everything's sorted. I'm so good at sorting things. Okay. So we finished the Resident Evil games. First Revelation's very bad. Revelations 2, moments. There was moments. Oh my god. Speaking of Resident Evil, damn. Hi, Apatheist. Happy Duckmas. Happy Christmas. Happy holidays. How's it going? Hello. We're rating games. So, I guess I kind of have to, like, talk about this. I'm not moving it on the list, because, like, it's the 4th highest rated thing on the list. I did play Tofu runs in Resident Evil 2 Remake. It was good. I'm worse at it. I don't have the memory of the map anymore to make the runs easier to beat my time, but it's good. I'm going to keep it where it is. It hasn't gone down. I cannot dethrone Dishonored. Maybe when I replay Dishonored I'll change my mind, but I'm pretty sure the first at least 4 games on my list are pretty much locked in for the rest of time. I would imagine so yeah, all I can say is Tofu is still good, and that will almost certainly be on every single tier list forever, because I'll probably play it again next year. Um, Remember me hitting 10 minutes on the dot so many times? My times on Tofu runs are so fucking weird. Like, I have, like, exact, like, 10-minute runs and stuff like that. I might just replay Resident Evil 2 beforehand next time, so that way I have a good working knowledge of the map. But yeah, Resident Evil 2 Remake. I'd recommend it. Great place to start with the franchise. Pretty great game. There's some bad parts. It just is what it is. But like the good parts, I think outweigh it. I don't like that. Got to do a new personal best. But like some of my times are so good. Like getting a new personal best might be a problem. I'll try. I'll do what I can. I'll see about it. Um. So yeah, that's all I have to say about it. I recommend. Heck, Capcom, shitty company, but Resident Evil 2 Remake, uh, I'd recommend that game. Speaking of which, another game that's probably going to be on every single tier list I do is here. Getting Over It. Now I've played this game 2 years in a row. Specifically on the stream I do on my birthday. I fucking hate this game. Not because of anything the game did. It's because I can't make progress in it. I've gotten to about the same spot both times. I think I got a little further last time. But it's a tough time. And it's one of those things where it's like, I can't blame the game. Functionally, it operates exactly the same every single time. It's only user error that determines whether or not you proceed. It's static, and it's up to me. I'm gonna play it again. I'm gonna play it again. Not looking forward to that. Um, I I do control the buttons I press. Um, it's made to get into your head when you mess up, and some of the music on it is no good. So I feel like, and maybe I'll change my mind next year depending on the next time I play it. I have to leave it where it is. It's okay. It's fine. It's the same game as it was. It's the same game it will be. It is unique, but as unique as it is frustrating. And so that's not the most interesting thing I could do. There's a part of me that wants to throw it at the complete bottom of the list, but it merely is what it is. So I appear to have fucked up my list of stuff. Okay. You love the stability of a game. Imagine games where like it's the same game no matter when you play it, you know? Unlike every single online service game ever. Like saying Subway's ass, you choose the ingredients. You also choose where you go. Yeah, you can't you can only judge it so much. Now, which one's which? Here. Kingdom. I'm just moving it here temporarily. Kingdom Classic. Um, I've played 3 Kingdom games. There's like 4 and a bunch of DLC. They just came out with more DLC for Two Crowns not that long ago, which apparently was no good. And it fucked up the stability of the game, apparently. It caused crashes. Who would have guessed? Speaking of stability in games, Kingdom Classic, um, I really enjoyed. I didn't fully understand all the things occurring, but it was very relaxing, and I enjoyed it. I know there was a lot of streams of it. It was good. I really liked it. Can I say it's great? I would be generous enough to put it here on the low grade. I feel okay with that. Kingdom Classic was a fantastic time. I'd recommend it. You know, I'm sure it would work on. I'm sure it's available on tablets or like phones, or would run. I would assume it's on other platforms. It's very simplistic. If you just wanted an idle game, it's a great idle game. Kinda. It's not the most idle. Sometimes you have to really pay attention. It's maybe not an idle game. I don't know. It's a fun game. It's idle in the sense of how I'm saying it, not idle in the sense of like what actual idle games are, which is like boot up the game every like 45 minutes to 2 hours. Lower than Resident Evil 5. I see, and like I just maybe it's just nostalgia of the playing Resident Evil 5. I feel like it's easy for me to forget the bad parts of Resident Evil 5 because I remember so many of the good parts. A lot of the games I've played, it's easy for me to look more favorably on them if I end up making clips out of them because then my last memories of it are only the funny bits that I've looked at. Which is usually a while after the stream because I'm bad at getting to editing. Whoops. Shout out to like 11 months since I've released a YouTube video, except for the shorts. There's shorts, and I put up a VOD every day this entire month. Resident Evil 5 is only good. Now I've already moved it up. I can't go back now. I can't be swayed. Maybe thinking of other Kingdom game too. What the fuck is this? Oh, the shorts. I was like, I don't even remember this command. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, I think Resident Evil 5, I don't know. I just the fact that it was co-op, I think made it a good game. And maybe I'm judging it differently. Maybe my experience, I don't know. Maybe I'm going off of experience instead of my own opinion of the whole thing. Shout out to whoever made the shorts command. Yeah, shout out to whoever did that. And shout out to whoever gave me opinions about the the audio. Speaking of which, has there not been like music for a little bit? It's just the sound of waves? Hmm. That's very odd. Alright, oh well. Anyway, moving on. So, Kingdoms Classic, very good. No music? Alright, well, I'll go back to Polybridge. Or do we care? Do we need music? I should get like a list of music that's okay to play. Which I've been given music before like that, and I just never... Whole screen's missing up there. Got to fix that later. I just never get around to implementing that into the stream. Alright, we're back to Polybridge. It covers songs by Ducks? Exactly. You can play that during stream. Alright. Welcome back. Duck screen. What remains of you. So. Then after... I'm skipping ahead. So Kingdom New Lands I played, right? Which is the sequel, but really it's the first one. So they made Kingdom Classic, and then they just made Kingdom New Lands, which was just the completely upgraded version with all the features. But it was essentially the same game with different stuff. Great game. Really enjoyed it. Big improvement. Finishing that game drove me fucking nuts. The last few times I was playing it to get completion, I could not understand some of the game mechanics that were occurring, and I'm gonna have to put that in okay. Man, I have made so little progress to these games. I'll pick up the pace. I know. He's so slow. He just won't stop yapping. Where do I want to put this in okay? Like a high okay? Put it just behind Unravel. Unravel, such a good game. Such a great game. Need to play the sequel. Yeah, New Lands, it's good. The difficulty just spikes towards the end of the game. It's just such a pain. Unravel's great. Unravel's great. I want to play Unravel too. Are they making a third? I can't remember. I don't think so. Better be a yapper than an apper. I mean, you could talk to your sleep. You could be both. You don't limit yourself. So yeah, I'm just gonna say it's pretty much essentially better. It's basically the same game. It's a good time. I'd recommend that as well. Speaking of games I'd recommend, I would not fucking recommend this next game. Deadlight. Director's Cut. I don't know if there's much of a difference between, the director's cut and the normal version, but I would not recommend this game. It's a 2D zombie survival platformer. Man, it's buggy. It's full of bugs. It's kind of old. It's interesting visually. It's not work as intended, and the story is like, what the fuck are you doing? Why is this in this game? It sets up some things that are pretty dark. I would say if you play this game, warning, it might not be for everyone. But then it goes, it's not even like a twist. It just, the game decides to go in some weird directions. And, it's not a great time. Definitely be a nappy. Talking to sleep counts. So I'm gonna have to put this in amongst the worst games I've ever played. I think I'll put it above Halo Wars 2, right there at the end. So far, we've had most of our entries on this list have been okay or worse. The only thing that's like moved, Resident Evil 5 moved up for free, and Kingdom Classic got to great. So far, this was a bad start to the fucking year. It was pretty rough. It was a bad time. But that's fine. Then, and I'm going to be completely honest, I have no obligations to anything. DVD went down. DVD went down. So that sort of balances out with RE5. DVD went down. DVD went down. It's in okay now. It wasn't great. It's in okay. It's right over. Why is my mouse here sometimes and sometimes not? I streamed a lot of it. How down? I think the game's still fun. I just don't think it's as fun. I think the game's gotten a little worse. I think it's still good. But I gotta be honest. There's probably some other stuff here that I can move around, but sometimes we play games like that bring us a lot of misery, like getting stuck on a balloons level. You know what I mean? It's, you know, misery. So, what the fuck was I just talking about? Right. Streamer only plays games he hates? No. I play games I enjoy. It's also Spasmatad. My balloons. My balloons. So Genshin. Now, I played it twice? 2-3 times? They were sponsored when I played it. I've heard some not okay things about that company. I don't know the legitimacy of all those things or the full details, so there's that. So I will take that into a light amount of account. So that sucks. But when I did play it, I didn't know about that. But I enjoyed the game. It was alright. I should have never stopped from it. I think company is awful. Well, that's not surprising. I knew it was awful, but I didn't know like how awful. I was like, I've heard some like things, and I was like, well, that's not cool. That's weird. Stuff like, I don't know if I want to get into specifics because I'm not 100% on everything I'm talking about. But stuff that like Behavior has done with DBD, but like I don't know how bad. I know Streams Games doesn't keep up to date on it. But I did play the game. I did enjoy it. I wish I didn't stop because there was a lot of story stuff that I'm like, it's gonna be so hard to get back to. I don't remember. We've only heard weird stuff. You don't think you've heard the awful? They are pretty bad. Oof. Okay. That's no good. I appreciate the information. That's no good. More majorities of these though. Yeah, you know, actually, to be honest, playing games ethically, kind of difficult to do. Why is that a thing? Why are playing video games? Why is it tough to play them in an ethical manner? I don't know. I don't know why we live in a world like that. Fuck. I mean, like, Call of Duty's on here. Gearbox is on here. You know, Activision, Blizzard. No ethical consumption of their capitalism. I know. It's rough. And it's gonna be extra rough. Just forever and always. So yeah. I didn't play much of it. I enjoyed what bit I did play. You enjoyed Paimon though, to be honest? Paimon was cool. I didn't realize that people did not like Paimon. That was strange to me. I think I'm gonna probably put this game in okay. I don't... Where are we going? We gotta go above getting over it, that makes sense. Rage? Here feels right. People don't like Paimon? Apparently they think Paimon's annoying, which is crazy to me. I do think the story was a little weird. That was my sort of first introduction to a game like that, where there was characters that were like sort of... You get them at different points and they're not like story relevant, or some characters stop being story relevant. It's like, what the fuck? Because you have like you play 4 characters at a time, but you're one character. So that's weird. But I got used to it. It was just very strange. I hadn't really played a game like that. So that's Genshin. And then... this game. So, next... Bar Loan Sales. Okay, we're putting it right here for now. Okay? This game's amazing. This game's really fucking amazing. I'd say you should watch my VOD. I fucked up during that VOD. During that stream, I was muted for, like, a long time. Maybe 20 minutes? I didn't know. So there's a big silent part. Oops. But, I gotta say, this game, pretty short, usually pretty cheap on sale, has a sequel, haven't played it, wanna play it. This game's really great. Just play it for you. Take like a whole afternoon. Play this game. I highly recommend it. It is amazing. If you can, maybe don't play it on stream. Don't have distractions. I didn't think it hurt my experience of it, but like I feel like it could easily do it. I really enjoyed this game a lot. Um, I think I'm gonna have to put it up here. I think I'm just gonna put it just behind Left 4 Dead. It's a really fucking good game. Far Lone Sales is amazing. It's just a 2D puzzle game platformer. 2D puzzle platformer? Where'd I put it? Oh, I'm not scrolled all the way up. Ugh. Sorry, I have to scroll all the way to the top just to show. Okay, my bad. I apologize. I put it all the way up here. Right behind Left 4 Dead. I apologize. I will try to be better when I'm doing the placements. I think it's a really great game. I can't think of anyone I couldn't recommend this game to. It's just a good experience. If you don't ever plan on playing it, you can watch the terrible VOD. If only that one section's bad. The rest of it, I thought I really enjoyed that game. But I would say play it yourself. It's also really not that long. So that's Far Lone Sales, which I can't believe was this year. God damn it. I keep pressing the wrong buttons. Visuals were so good. Music was great. Visuals are great. The story was great. Everything about it. It just was. There was no bad parts of it at all. It's just so satisfying. Makes you think. Interesting like problem solving related things. It was just good. So, all right, So this leads us to Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor. Easy naming scheme. If you try and Google this game, it almost always brings up Shadow of War, the sequel, which is a pain. Speaking of no ethical consumption under capitalism, published by Warner Brothers. Fuck them. This game was really fun. It wasn't particularly special. The DLC, especially, the story was like, what are we fucking doing? But holy shit, it's like a really, really good Assassin's Creed game, gameplay-wise. Which, like, might be difficult for some people to understand, because if you haven't played the first, like, 2 or 3 Assassin's Creed games, you're probably thinking, what do you mean a good Assassin's Creed game? They don't make those. They did 15 years ago, but, you know, seeing enemies you kill pop up again was so funny. The Nemesis system, which they trademark, fuck Warner Brothers, is so funny. It's so interesting. It's weird sometimes where you're like, is the game broke? What are we doing? But, like, it really, really adds a depth to the game that's really fun. I'd recommend this game. They trademarked the Nemesis system. Yeah, they did trademark the Nemesis system. And you know how many games have used the Nemesis system since then? Fucking nothing. I don't think the trademark's for many years, though. But still, it needs to be in other games. It's so fun. I'm excited to get to Shadow of War, the sequel, because I want to see them expanded on it. So many moments of, we meet again. It's so funny. It's so... I gotta play that game soon. But the story is really nothing special. If you're like, I'm a Lord of the Rings fan, I don't know. It might tickle your fancy, but, like, personally, I don't think it's gonna blow you away at all. It's just an action... It's just a fun game. It's an action-adventure sort of... is it adventure? It's sort of... It's a good time. DLC, you could skip it. You could skip it pretty easily. I think we're gonna... Let me scroll way up. We'll put it in great. It's so hard putting stuff in great because I'm like, how great was it? I feel really generous towards this game. I'm gonna put it here, which is really fucking high, actually. But I really enjoyed it. The Nemesis system was so fun. Seeing the orcs pop up again was so cool. Yeah, so many games would be so many games would be improved by the Nemesis system. I do think one of the issues with the game is like they rely really heavily on it. And it's like it feels like it'd be a cool mechanic that's not so like prominent. Like if it was there, but it wasn't like the main component. So then I replayed in co-op Halo 1, 2, and 3 and actually finished Halo 2 on stream. Last time I tried to stream it, you could not finish a certain mission, at least one mission, in co-op at all. I don't know if you could do it in single player. Halo, the Master Chief Collection, was broken on launch, and it took 343. I believe they're now Halo Studios. I think they changed their name. A very long time to fix it. I don't think they went back to it until the entire ending run of like Halo Infinite. I think once they finished the port, they went back and fixed it and then released it on PC. So I don't know where the fuck they are on this list. Halo 3, I don't know why it's so low on the great list. It's a good game. It's fun. It's broken. It's a broken game. Does it work perfectly? Absolutely not. But I think it's always been a little bit broken. I'm gonna move it up a bit, just below Tomb Raider. Once again, I played all three of these games with Nazareth TV, who I'm saying Nazareth wrong. I'm pretty sure, but that's okay. That's a bold assumption for me to say that it's okay. He said it's okay. Or the Spooky Naz on YouTube, or Spooky Naz on YouTube. The Spooky Naz on YouTube. Nope, just Spooky Naz. Okay, yep. Nailed it. First try. So good at shouting out people I know. Only known him for like 4 years or something. But yeah. Halo 3 was a fun time. Halo 1, pretty fun. I think high okay, that fits it. Where did I put Halo 2? Halo 2? I gotta take it at a great. It was... Playing it on Legendary with skulls was a fucking nightmare. And tech issues. There was a stream where we were about to finish the game, or so we thought. That my power died at the end of a level and we had to redo the whole level. That was rough. It was a tough game. So I gotta move it out of great. Out of revenge. Out of hatred, really. I'll move it just below Ori. Shout out to Ori. Is that fair to move it down just because... I don't know. Yeah. I think the Halo's been getting better. 1 was alright. It was a little rough. 2 was just so difficult. It was just so fucking difficult. Whenever one person would die and would send it back. But even dying just in general was so nearly unavoidable. Was I high enough? Halo's here. 2's here. 1's here. Knocking them off the list? Off the list. Then, I think I played the alpha. But then I've also played it recently. Marvel Rivals. Alright? Free to play right now. Saying this as in on Christmas. 2024. Maybe it won't be here in a year. I don't know. I really enjoyed this game. I still enjoy this game. This game's fun to play. I haven't played a ton of it. It unfortunately falls in the category of a hero objective fighting sort of game like Overwatch or Paladins or I don't know what else kind of game. But it's a really good game. Is it just Marvel Overwatch? Yeah. but it's better. It doesn't have roll queue. I'm pretty sure there's banning in ranked. You can't play ranked with people who are on different platforms. That sucks. There's no cross progression. That sucks. But the game's satisfying to play. And it's free. And I've enjoyed it. The biggest issue with the game is honestly other people, and I don't know if I can fault the game for that. All characters automatically being unlocked is so nice. It is so crazy. I don't know if it was like part of a marketing thing, but them being like, do you guys what kind of way do you want things to be sold to you? Do you want like characters to be unlocked and stuff like that, and people have to unlock them, and everyone unanimously basically was like, give them for free, and they're like, okay. Having characters not available to everyone completely throws off the balance of the game. So them being all available is great. You know, people can switch. Nobody's locked out of certain plays. There's a ton of characters. They could use a couple more. There's a ton of healers. The healers feel strong. The healing is very satisfying, which you need in a game like that, because everyone's going to insta-lock fucking damage. And the Battle Pass system, assuming, unless they change their mind, Battle Passes, I'm not trying to market this game. Very affordable compared to other Battle Passes. And they don't go away. They have the Halo Infinite system where it's like, oh, once this Battle Pass ends, you can buy it later. You're not missing stuff. You can go back and get the stuff. So, honestly, it's pretty good. I can't say anything bad about it. I've enjoyed it. I can say some, like, I don't know. The way that they were giving out codes was terrible back in the alpha and the beta. But, like, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to put it on low grade, I think. I think that's about as generous as I can be. If every match I've ever played was full of teammates that knew how to play around each other, like, pick the right roles and didn't do incredibly annoying things like getting 4 teammates that all lock in damage, I think it's probably a great game. But, you know, my experience with it is what it is. It is what it is. Then, it's going to be an easy one to knock off the list. I replayed Hades. It was so hard to get in the beta on console. It was... They had Twitch drops for Marvel Rivals to give away codes. And that shit did not work. And it was like there was only like certain ways to get certain codes, whether it was PC or... What a nightmare. What a nightmare. But it's out now, as of December 6th or something. So I replayed Hades. What can I do? I liked it more the second time around. It's still a great game. There's still more I want to do in it. I'm excited for Hades 2. It's gotta take my top spot. I haven't played, I think the only one, I don't know, maybe replaying Dishonored or Hollow Knight or finally replaying Mass Effect could dethrone it, but I think it's the top of the list, and I think it's staying there, and that's just how it is. So that's how that's gonna be. Then, here's Ori. I played Ori Will of the Wisp, joined by, of course, Cannibal, Hyena, who joined me for the first one. And I played those games off of his recommendation. Good games. I'd recommend them. Hades was great streams. Hades was a great time. There'll probably be some more just finishing up stuff during the year. Maybe. I don't know. But Ori, Will of the Wisps. What a huge fucking improvement from the first game. The first game is good. 2 pretty much upgraded. Just everything is better. I can't think of anything that's worse. It's different. And I could see how, like, not liking the changes. Some of them are just different to be different. But I think it all fits in the sort of way that it is. I'm going to give this a great. Probably a high grade. Probably like right here. Ori Will of the Wisp, great. I would recommend those games. Favorite game of all time? I was just moving around. I don't know if I'd say it up there. Ori's really good. I'd maybe rank it higher if I felt like wanting to replay it again. Maybe one day I will replay it again, and maybe I'll rank it a little higher. I feel very satisfied with the experience I have. Hades? Oh, Hades' greatest game of all time? I generally would say Mass Effect, but I haven't streamed Mass Effect, so I don't know if I want to commit to Hades. I've said Hades before, but I've alternated. I think Dishonored, Hades, Hollow Knight, and Mass Effect, they're really hard to pick. It's really hard to pick. Even Left 4 Dead, and I know it's not even at the very tippy top of the list, sometimes I'm like, maybe it's the best. You know? It's tough. It's tough. But yeah, we got to be very generous to Ori. Ori was a great game. I really enjoyed it. It was a great experience. And then we played some demos, which was one stream. But it was a good stream. I really liked this stream. I played, we're gonna move these here. Crypt Custodian and Tiny Glade. So, Crypt Custodian was very short. It feels like it's probably a short game. It's now out, I believe. But I only played the demo of it. So I can't give it a full judgment. I didn't finish the game or anything like that. There's a part of me that feels compelled to put in the didn't give it a fair shot category because I haven't completed it. I think it's more likely that when I do complete it, I will judge it more appropriately. What I have played, Crypt Custodian, I'm gonna have to give it like a great games. I think I'm gonna give it a very high okay. And I think that's being maybe too generous for a demo, but I really enjoyed it. I think it has the potential of being great. And I think this is like a temporary spot. Maybe I should move this down. Maybe I should give it like a middling. I don't know, but I'm not going to do that. Tiny Glade. I don't know. I really enjoyed Crypt Custodian. It was weird. It had its own little vibe. It had a lot of potential, and I'm excited about it. And I still have that sort of excitement to finish it, so I think if I have to move it down later, I will. Tiny Glade, another game, demo that, much like Islands and Trains, didn't have the same building area, but you know, Tiny Glade was missed. You know, the demo did not have a lot of features. I believe the game's out now. That I would have liked to have used, but it was really fun. Everything looks pretty. You want to build a house? It's a pretty house. You want to build a pretty castle? Pretty castle. Easy peasy. Everything looks good all the time. I recall there being little sheeps. I remember that. But what a great game. What a great demo. I'm gonna give this like a light great. For now. I really enjoyed it. There were little sheeps. I believe if you remove the land under the sheep, they like parachute to the earth, I think. The little parachutes? Right. Okay, I do remember correctly. I'd recommend it. I don't know if the demo's still out. I don't know if the demos are out for either of those games anymore, but I'd recommend those games based on what I played. I'm interested in playing more of them. The demo worked. Good games. Just good. Tiny Glade, just a tiny little city builder. Crypt Custodian's it's like Cult of the Lamb. But different. Yeah. Both games are indeed out. Thank you for double checking. I probably should have done that myself. Now, this was a very weird one that I'm like, how did I manage this shit? So Payday 3, right, is not on this list. It's not on here. Because I did not play Payday 3 in 2023 on stream. But I did play Payday 3 off stream. I've played it since day of release. That's not true. I think the servers are fucked. I played it really early to release. I played it before it came out. I think I played the beta. And I've played it on and off again for a while. Crypt has overwhelmingly positive reviews. Let's go. I'm excited to bump it up the list. Great game. It might, it might make it to the great category. So Payday 3. I want to like it more. I want to play it more. I want to have more reasons to boot up Payday 3. It's a live service game, right? Requires an online connection for some fucking reason. Has a beta single player mode. So does Glade. Let's go! I knew those games are good. I really enjoyed them. They were good demos. I really wanted to like Payday 3 more. I cannot, in good conscience, give this more than an okay. I'll give it a decently high okay. Oh, that's not great. We'll give it here. Now, Payday 3 is definitely a game I'm probably going to end up moving on the list. Is it going to be up or down? I have no fucking idea. I hope up. It is... It just needs some more work. It went from negative reviews to mixed to positive, back to mixed. And we have no idea what's happening with the game this year. So hopefully it's still around. Man, I really hope Payday 3 sticks around. Yeah. I'd recommend it if you could get it on sale. Crypt hit indie roguelike rhythm. Like Crypto the Necrodancer? Now, what the fuck? Crypto the Necrodancer's... Why is every... Okay. I don't know if this is a meme or not. Still got mixed reviews. Yeah, it had mostly positive... It had somewhat positive, mostly positive reviews until about December. And they put out an update, and then their company said some things where they were like, we're pulling some budget out of the game, and we're making some weird choices. There's a whole thing, and there's some money problems with the developer or publisher, which isn't looking good. But maybe they can save it. Who knows? They said that there's more DLC coming out soon, but they're not doing another season pass yet, so who knows? Honestly, who knows? All I can do is say recommend it on sale. That's the best I can do. So, I've played both of these, so I'll talk about them first. I played both of these before, Dark and Darker and Fortnite. Now, I've only played Dark and Darker a little bit. And if I hadn't just played it the other day, I would have moved this down on the list. I'm going to move this down on the list. I'm still going to play it amongst the best games I've ever played. But they've switched up how the game is available. I played it when it was in beta, and they removed it. Had a whole legal thing. Wow, that was that was a whole thing. It was a long time, but it's back. There's a free-to-play version, which sucks, because you can only make one character. I've played the full version now. It's good. It's not as good as it doesn't feel the same. Dark and Darker was peak. Keyword was exactly. I don't even know if I want to keep it in this top category. I think I'm going to move it down to great. I think I'm going to move it to here. And maybe if I play more of it, because I do want to play more of it, I'll move it back up, but I don't know. I don't know. It's not the same. Their business model's not great. Cross progression doesn't exist. I'm shocked it's not out on console in some capacity. Those just first couple times when it was available was just so good. It's just not that anymore. You mix up Dark and Darker and Darkest Dungeon so bad now. You're like, when did you play that? I mean, I played the both, but yeah, it's been a little bit since I played Darkest Dungeon. Good game, recommend it. I'd still recommend Dark and Darker. But like, man, it's just disappointing for it to go from so good to just slight, like, I don't know. It's just not where it was. It's just upsetting. Before your time, I'll probably start another Darken, no, Darkest Dungeon playthrough at some point. That's going to be a long one, though. So I don't know when that'll happen. Darkest Dungeon's so cool. It is. And apparently the second one's very good, too. I haven't played it myself. It's very different, though. What was the other game? I believe Fortnite. So Fortnite. I think I've streamed it one time this year. I think. Maybe more than one. I streamed it once to do an event, which was an impromptu stream. I don't like that crossover. Where is it? Where is Fortnite? Where are you at? It's high grade. I still enjoy the game. It's still fun. I gotta move it down. I gotta move it down. I can't leave it that high. They've made some fucking weird choices with that game. With its story. I know it's Battle Royale story mode. They just made some weird choices. Gosh, Fortnite had some highs and lows this year. It feels really weird for me to judge Fortnite in this capacity because I did not stream a lot of it. I intended to, I just didn't end up doing it, but I have played a bit of it. No, the toilet did not change my opinion. Basically stopped playing Fortnite, all the lows got bad. They've made some weird 250,000 point the channel. Yep. It's just, you know, it had a bad year. Is it indicative of what's happening next? I have no idea. It's just, you could get a chapter that's so good that you forget about the other chapters. But I gotta move it down. Where am I moving it down? I'm moving it pretty low. New map's so good. The new map is so good, but like I gotta judge it. I gotta judge the whole year. They did a whole, I don't know, something about renting out all of Times Square, and this has nothing to do with playing the game, but renting out a whole Times Square and having a bunch of musical acts to promote a mode and not mention or show any gameplay at all is not particularly what I want from a company where I want to play the game. But there's a lot of things about it. It's so fun. It's just, it's highs and lows. Alright, so now the stuff I haven't played before. Gears Tactics, alright? This is the only Gears of War game I have not played until this year. Have I read any of the books? Absolutely not. Have I read any of the graphic novels? Nope. But this was the last Gears of War game that I haven't played. I haven't played the Hive Busters DLC for Gears 5, which I want to, which I will do next time I start a Gears playthrough. When will that be? I don't know. I'd like to do that co-op. Doing it co-op is a challenge because most of them aren't on PC. Do I have hope for future Fortnite? I don't know. Gears Tactics, I thought was a prequel you could just hop in and play whenever. It's like XCOM, but bare bones. I think you're supposed to play it after playing Gears 5. Because of some things that are said, and I'm like, what? It's the furthest back prequel they've done. They've done three prequels? They're about to have 3 prequels? There's a lot of prequels in this franchise. Gears Tactics was cool. And then it was like, there's fucking nothing to this game, is there? And that's kind of true. It doesn't really go anywhere. I'll say it's okay. I enjoyed what I played of it. If it was a little shorter, I would have been more okay with it. So we're gonna probably put that here, a low okay. It was fine. It was okay. If you've played Gears of War 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Judgment, Hive Busters, excited for Gears, whatever the other one is, and you're like, I want to play another Gears game, go nuts. But, you know, it's nothing special. Oh my god, there's still so many games. Okay, let's knock out 3 games real quick. 4 games, if I can remember. I started replaying the Dead Space games this year. I didn't finish them. Oops, I'm sorry, Dead Space 3. I said I'm gonna get around to it. I haven't forgotten about it. It's just end of the year was the same as the middle of the year, which was the same as the start of the year, which is I did not do the streams I said I was going to do. Shout out to those 110 reshuffles I have left. I will talk about what I'm doing about with them next year, the first stream of next year. Sorry. So I replayed the Dead Space games. Dead Space 1, still great game. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to leave it where it is. It's one of the greatest games of all time. Now this is the original, not the remaster. The remake. Really liked it. Really a fun time. I'd still recommend it. Still a very dark franchise. Does a lot of cool game mechanic things. Pretty dark topics in it, though. I think, you know, pretty rough. But Dead Space is great. Dead Space 2, which happens to be right here. I'm going to be generous here and leave it where it is. I don't think my playthrough of it was as good as I remember. And man, I gotta move this down, don't I? I'm gonna move it down. And I was gonna let it pass and be like, you know, it's fine. It's not as fresh. That DLC. So that DLC for Dead Space 2. So, from my understanding, is the continuation of the PS3 and Wii game Dead Space Extraction. I was incorrect during the playthrough. I think I switched up the names. And then that was the continuation of that, which I have not played. I played Ignition, which is the prequel Xbox Live Arcade game for Dead Space 2. Which I did after. I didn't know. I probably still would have done it the order I did it. So that DLC was weird. It was confusing. A lot of it didn't make any sense. A lot of it doesn't go anywhere. A lot of it's very weird. But I did complete it. I'm glad I finally completed Dead Space 2. Unfortunately, the DLC is not on PC, which they sure as shit don't tell you. So we're going to move that down. To move it here. And then Dead Space Ignition, which is not on the list, which I played after Dead Space 2, right after I finished it. No good. Nope. Bad. Bad. It's a bunch of puzzle mini games, and some of them aren't really puzzles. One of them is like a racing game. It's just no good. Where was Dead Space 2? I moved it from just behind Deus Ex, right here, in this top left area, and I moved it over to slightly to the right, just behind Little Nightmares, right up here. So it's not a big move, but it's not as great. It was a little rough. It's still in the great category. It's still a good game. I think it's better without the DLC. I wouldn't recommend the DLC, having not played it, unless you've played Extraction, which you probably haven't and probably won't. I would like to at some point to complete the franchise, but you know, that is what it is. Dead Space Ignition, I would also not recommend. You can just skip that. Just skip it. We're gonna put it in a low bad. I'm gonna put it like here. Very low bad. Yeah, it's a weird puzzle game with some weird cutscenes, and it's just there's no point to it. It's not worth playing. It's kind of a waste of time. And I think I beat it in like an hour, and I still felt like it was kind of a waste of time. But you know what? I'm glad that I know. Speaking of a waste of time, me trying to make progress in Enter the Gungeon. Where is it at? I still think Enter the Gungeon's a good game. I cannot fucking make progress in it. I'm so bad at that game. I don't know where it is on the list. Here it is. Right here. So, Enter the Gungeon. Next to Apex, second bottom row. Damn, you found that fast. I'm sure typing it made it a bit slower, but I was having a bad time trying to find it. Thank you though. I think I'm always going to come back to Enter the Gungeon. I'd like to try it in co-op at some point, I think. But I just fucking suck at that game. God damn, I suck. It'd probably help if I didn't. The spacing between playing it is like grown tremendously. I'm gonna leave it in okay. I still enjoy it. It's fine. I wish I was better. Me being bad at it makes me want to rank it lower, because it's like I feel like I'm not seeing any new content. I've gotten so many like unlocks from just doing normal stuff, and it just doesn't seem to be better at a game the more I play it. There's so many more games I want to play that committing time to something like that, like, is a little difficult. I say that playing Dead by Daylight all the time, but I'm playing usually different content sometimes. But I don't know. It deserves more time. I don't think I can move it up till I give it more time, and that's on me. So it is where it is because of me. So that's where Enter the Gungeon's going. Man, I replayed a lot of games this year. So I know I haven't finished these two, but Limbo. Well, I have finished this. Where's Limbo? Limbo, where are you at? I replayed Limbo. I'm going to leave it where it is. In okay. I enjoyed my replay of it. I'm glad I did. It was enjoyable. It was different. The first time I played it, I was trying to figure out what the game is about. Second time I played it, I was just trying to do the jumping puzzles and the platformer thing, because I didn't remember them. It's been a while since I played the game. It was two very different experiences. It's an okay game. I'd recommend it. It's got a great art style, but it didn't like fully grab me to like make me think higher of it. It was enjoyable. I still want to replay Inside, which I will probably do soon, but unfortunately my opinions on it won't come out until next year. What was the other game? The Forest. Okay, The Forest. I'm in the middle of replaying it. Where is it? I'm so sorry if my cursor keeps disappearing. Limbo's right here, by the way. And The Forest is right here. It's when I'm not clicking back in. I do apologize. I know. The stream's a mess. I fucked up. It is what it is. The Forest is fun. The Forest is fun. It's good. Play it with friends. Do not play it by yourself. If you want to play it by yourself, whatever. But, like, play it with friends. It's enjoyable. It's an okay, good time. I don't think it's like the greatest game in the world. It's got some problems. Maybe Sons of the Forest improves a lot about the things. It's good. It's fine. I enjoy it. It's next to Garden of Banban, and I enjoyed that. I know that's crazy. But like, The Forest is just a solid co-op game. If you want to just get 3 people together and play it, it's a good game to play. I'm going to continue playing it. I'm going to continue enjoying it. Shout out to Cannibal, Echo, and Naz, who I'm playing it with. I'm looking forward to playing with you guys. That should be good, probably. Unless we cut down all the walls and lose everything and die, and it's aggravating and a terrible time, but, like, hopefully not. We should probably beat it soon. Probably? I think we're close to the end. It's good. It has its bad moments, you know? Which is, like, weird because it's like I just I didn't have any bad moments with Garden Banban, but like the Forest, it has its bad moments. For sure. But it's an old game that's not made the best. But that's fine. You believe the Forest is below Banban? Yeah, Garden Banban's a really good game. Garden Banban really is up there. It feels like we're close, you know? It feels like it. I have forgotten a lot about the Forest, so I could be wrong, but it feels like we're close. We're missing so much. We're not close. We're so far, actually. But we'll beat it. Probably take like 2 months or something. We're fantastic at scheduling. So that's a Limbo in the Forest. So every other thing left. That's not true. Damn it, damn it, damn it. We'll do the last thing that I've already done this year. I don't know when I did this. I think I did this in January? I don't know why. I don't know when or why. But I replayed The Binding of Isaac. And it's right here. In about the center of OK. Couldn't be more close as to how far we are. I can't remember enough to give an exact answer, but it feels like we're close to done. Binding of Isaac, I'm leaving it there. You know, I don't need to move every game every time I play it. Still fun, still okay to boot it up. It's still enjoyable. It's very difficult. If you're gonna play Binding of Isaac, maybe play the newer versions. I don't like the new art style, but it's way easier from every time I've ever seen people play it. The old one is fucking rough. But I'm also bad at games, and I know insert you get better at games than we play them. I don't play much. So that's Binding of Isaac. So that leaves us with, is it just 4 games? Nope. Nope. There's another game I played this year, which I am gonna move, I think. The other game I played this year, again, just the other day, is somewhere. Is here. It's right here. It's The Sims 4. I played it the other day and started the holiday house. Well, I guess it's the festive household, but the festive family house. After finally returning to The Sims. I can't believe I only streamed it 2 times before. I thought I streamed it more. I'm gonna move this up. The first times I played The Sims, I was playing The Sims. Probably not well. I know it not well, but I was just playing it. This time I was only creating, which was playing The Sims, but like I was only building or making a sim. And I think the building especially, like just putting in cheat codes to have unlimited money to just do whatever and build whatever sort of house and mess with stuff, was so fucking more enjoyable than what I enjoyed of just playing The Sim. Which, not that I just didn't enjoy it. I mean, I put it pretty high on OK before. But, like, holy shit, building that game is so much fun. Heck, EA, terrible company. Fuck them. Complete assholes. But I really enjoyed the building. Building is literally your favorite part of The Sims. It's so fun. It's so fun. I wish I had done that. The first time I played the game, I probably would have never stopped playing it. And I can't wait to play more. If anything, I'm like, man, I need to find more holidays in the middle of next year so I can play more of it. Always a classic. Just put your DLC on PC. Heck, EA. Just have $1,400 for all the DLC. No big deal. We're going to move this to... This is so generous. I'm going to move it above Fortnite, which is crazy. I'm going to move it up to Great. And the reason I'm doing that is because the last stream was so fun. And that's what I'm judging it on. The last stream was just so much fun, and I really enjoyed it. Maybe I'll change it if I play more, but I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to build more and finish that house and add the other Sims to it. It was just a good time. It's also free to play, the base game. Yeah, it's just $1,400 for all the DLC. No big deal. Yeah, buy a PC? No, don't do that. Buy all the DLC. Yeah, so that's all the games I've replayed this year, which leaves me with the final 4 games. Sheepy, Polybridge, ZZZ, and Islands and Trains demo. So, we're gonna start with the demo first. Islands and Trains. I really enjoyed this game. unlike Tiny Glade, I feel like this game really, it's tough. It's like, it's better than Tiny Glade. But like, there's so little room to build in the demo. I really want to play more of it. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Islands and Trains, I'd highly recommend. Talking about Sims DLC, we absolutely are. Heck yay. Have cross progression for all your games, especially when they're 10 years old. I think I'm gonna put this up here with I liked it more than Tiny Glade. I want to put it above right here in great. Islands and Trains is really good. It's the demo's free on PC if you want to check that out. I don't know when it releases. But it's such a good game. It's very relaxing. There's so little room to build. I think I just want to use everything. Well, why give me everything if I can't use it all? Like, I wanted to use it all. They need more room. I wanted to build so much more. I wanted to have so many more train stations. I wanted to just build so much. Islands and Trains is really fun. So there's that. To pick and choose from a variety? No, I want to use all of it. If I can, I want to build a massive island with all of it. I don't want to pick and choose. That's what I want from that game. I want a train that can go through everything. It's the only way. I don't want any compromising in that matter at all. I demand it. Those devs need to hear me. Hear me, devs. Indie devs, listen to me. I guess we'll do ZZZ next. So, once again, like Genshin. I don't know if this is the same developer or same publisher, but they're definitely very similar sort of games. And they're related in some capacity. So ZZZ, I'm currently, as of the time of this stream, being sponsored by them. That being said, I'm only speaking honestly. There are some really cool things about this game, like there is about Genshin. It's different gameplay-wise. There's gambling mechanics. There's some stuff with the story and certain characters that, as I've played more of it, I'm like, what are we fucking doing? It's so fucking dialogue heavy, and not all of it's voice acted. It's like, speed it up. Let's go. The gameplay itself is pretty alright. Things feel rewarding to do. There's some cool art in the game. But, like, I'm gonna have to, like, I don't know. I'm gonna end up playing more of it. I think I'll probably put this just below Genshin, and I might end up moving it down. It's okay. It's very quirky at the beginning. I think it has a really strong start. I don't know if this is a game that you can really finish. I wish things were different about it. Stop reading the dialogue after 10 minutes of playing. Any game, because that's so much. I don't remember having that issue with, like, Genshin. Also, hi, King Solstice. Merry Christmas, happy Duckmas, happy holidays, hope you're doing well. Boom. Boom, I said all the things. I remember. I know how to greet people. I'm so good at greetings. No, but I hope you're doing good. It's the dialogue's getting, like, a little much. And it's really rough when there's a ton of dialogue, and a few of those characters I'm like, I need this character to exit the story, like, right now. Yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Hi, Shadow Samurai. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Duckmas. Hope you're doing well. Boom. Boom. Merry. That's an interesting way to spell Merry Christmas. So yeah. I get that my opinion could be considered biased when it comes to both Genshin and ZZZ. Zenless Zone Zero. Because I've only played them when I've only played them while being sponsored by them. Uh, I think there's a decent chance that ZZZ will move down next time if I play more of it. Genshin's gonna stay where it's at, so take whatever opinions I have with a grain of salt. Uh, you know, that's I think my thoughts on that one. Personally, really enjoy it. You kind of like the dialogue, except for some characters. I think if the I wouldn't mind the dialogue so much. I think maybe if certain, maybe it's just the characters. Some of them are like, come on, dude, what are we doing? What off? I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Hoyo Games? Hoyo? SpongeBob, me boyo. Um, it's fine. They're fine. Heck the company, but also heck most of these game developers. There's some character tropes you don't particularly like in it, and I agree with that. And I think that really hurts it, especially because it's like when you're reading so much dialogue, you're stuck with these characters for so long. So it's like if you don't like the character, it's like I'm not gonna like the next 3 hours. Okay. So then I played another game. This is taking like twice as long as I thought the stream was gonna take. I thought this was gonna be like an hour. I'm so sorry. I talk very slowly apparently. Got tired of needing to read dialogue for like 10 minutes between every mission objective. That's another thing. The pacing is fucking rough in ZZZ. I wish they just had the whole mission go all the way through to the end. If there's like breaks in missions and it's like you're throwing the pace off. Just let's finish this. So I played Sheepy: A Short Adventure. This is a full game that is short. It's about an hour if you want it to be about an hour. There's more to explore. I fucked up and accidentally didn't explore some stuff. This game is free and on Steam. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form. I'm not trying to get like bonus streamer points because I'm shouting out indie devs. This game was really fun. I'd highly recommend everyone play Sheepy: A Short Adventure. It is free on Steam. They're apparently making a sequel, a full-length game that's longer than an hour. I really enjoyed Sheepy. I am very interested in what else they do with it. It's strange. It makes you think. The problem solving in it is very different. Mechanics are very different. I really, really like it. I'm going to be out of my mind here, and I'm going to put this up really, really high. I'm going to put this all the way at the top here. It was one of the greatest games I've ever played. I don't have any reasons to dislike it, really. I had some trouble beating some stuff, but I just had to think about it, and I managed to problem solve my way through it. It's just really good. I'd recommend it. If you can play it, play it. There's no reason not to. There's nothing stopping you. It's just really good. The voice acting's great. The gameplay's great. The visuals are great. The music's great. It's just great. Maybe Unkai. I don't know if I know that game. I'm assuming it's another one of the Oyo games. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I apologize. They're literally filler episodes. Filler episodes. But shout out to Sheepy. Don't blame me for putting it that high. You saw the parts of the teddy bear fight. That looks incredible. It's such a good game. It's so weird because it's so short to give it so high. And finally, Polybridge. The sound that you've been hearing in the background, that's not me. The music and the crane going up and down has been Polybridge's background music. Polybridge, I'm going to give it great. I'd give it a little bit higher than great, but this game pisses me off sometimes because its fucking puzzles are so damn hard. And sometimes it lies to me. Alright, it just lies. It's like, this works, and then I try it again, it's like, actually, it does not work, and I haven't changed anything. But I've really enjoyed the game. It's been a lot of fun. I've had a blast playing it. I want to play more of it. I want to finish it properly. I'd recommend Polybridge. I think I grabbed it for about 99 cents. I think it's from like 2015 though. They've made sequels to it. It's kind of crazy how rigged it is sometimes. It is so fucking broken sometimes. But sometimes it's like, okay, this is pretty good. Except that one's turn-based. Oh, the other Hoyo game? Well, wait a minute. Turn-based is kind of good. I like turn-based games. present actual genuine engineering's master degree. You enjoyed my creations. I've done some real. I've made some sculptures. We'll say that. Yes. So that was pretty short compared to all of the other games that I've played in general. There's a lot of replaying of games. There's a lot of shorter games or demos. I didn't play a lot of different games this year. I'm going to change that next year. Doesn't matter if I stream less or more. I'm going to play different things. But yes, this is... How long have I been streaming? Let me test this. Test. Okay, how old's my stream account? 16. I've been streaming maybe about... that seems wild. Maybe like 8 years. Probably not exactly to that day. So probably just under 8. But I've been streaming a long fucking time, on and off, random degrees, going from streaming from on console to now PC. I've met a lot of people through streaming and play a lot of games. And this is everything I played from my recollection. I didn't keep track of everything. I want to add more. I want to do different things on stream. What a journey. What a crazy journey. What a weird, wild, drama-filled time. But it's been a good time. And you know, man, I didn't mean for this to turn into like a whole heartfelt thing or something like that. But like, man, I really appreciate the people that I've met while streaming. Like a lot. My friends and like just really important people to me. And it's been a really cool time. This isn't the end of anything. There will be more streams. I'm streaming tomorrow. Alright? I'm streaming every day for the rest of the year. I'm streaming in January. This is no ending. This isn't like, see ya gang, I'm out. Been some discovered games this year. And, you know, I want to discover some more stuff. I mean, Sheepy was a great discovery. That was a last-minute decision. I was like, it's a short game for Duckmas. And it turned out great. Duckman retiring? Not retiring. Not going anywhere. Nope. And I want to do some other stuff on the stream that's not like games. And then maybe, I don't know if I tier list them or if I just talk about them at the end of the year. Tiny Glade, and Islands, and Crypt Custodian, all great discoveries. It's been a really good time. I might, maybe, sometime in the next couple days, do a tier list for all of the movies and TV shows I've watched this year, which I've kept track of. So I might do that. That's gonna be a fucking long stream. So I don't know. Hopefully I do that in the next 6 days. Maybe New Year's, I don't know. That's gonna take forever. It's gonna take a while. It's going to take a long time to do that. And I'm gonna keep track of everything I watch next year. I'm gonna keep track of all the games that I play from now until next year. We're gonna do this again. Shout out to movie night. It's gonna be an undertaking. Yep. I've already started getting all the icons for all the movies and everything. It's gonna take me it's gonna take a while. But you know what? I will get some sort of other background music. I'm so sorry about Polybridge, but it is what it is. Yeah. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I thought this stream would take 45 minutes to an hour. It didn't. Music's calming. Alright, you know what? I did great. Go me. We'll keep Polybridge. I'll keep it installed always for the tier lists. What was I saying? So yeah, I'm gonna call it there. Thank you everyone for joining me. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday. Hope everyone has a good rest of the year. if I'm gonna be streaming the next 6 days at least until the 31st, so I'll maybe see you around. But if I don't, I hope you have a good time. Thank you again, Naz, for the raid. I appreciate it. I hope everyone gets their New Year's resolutions together. Hope everyone has a good time. Thank you everyone for showing up and letting me talk about whatever bullshit I get up to. I appreciate it. Have a good New Year. Have a good New Year. Happy New Year, everyone. I fucking really hope 2025 is a great year for everybody. Thank you for streaming mostly correct takes for this year. Yeah. Mostly correct takes. Merry Duckmas. If you want to see this entire tier list, it won't be available for people to use themselves because I did not set it up correctly. But I will. You hope I had a bad day? Okay. Appreciate that. That's awesome. First time chatter. That's crazy. Last time chatter. And go fuck yourself. Ha 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 ha. Oh man, I get to be mean on Christmas? Love it. 2025 is gonna be a fantastic year. Merry Duckmas. Merry Duckmas. I was gonna say something else and I forget. Have a good night, everybody. Hope everyone has a good holiday. Yeah, I'll see everyone around. Oh, right. I'm gonna I'll also make this available in the Discord if you wanna hold on to the image or bring it up next year if I make some contradictory opinions about games and I just lie. Grinch really pulled up. I'm a mean one. But yeah. I'll see everyone around. The endings of streams, they just never stop. I know, they're so long. My bad. But yeah. Bye everybody. I'll see you around. I'm out of here. I'm gone. Have a fantastic time. Eat good food. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourself and others. Don't tell people to have a bad day unless they deserve it. And if they deserve it, tell them to go fuck themselves. They're an asshole. But yeah. Later, everyone. Goodbye. I'm out. Bye.